trap straight to a penthouse, Miami Beach. Hey, yo. Talk crazy on tweets. They don't want it cause I come to defeat. They don't want it. I peek, these niggas all sweet. Bamboo sticks all in the Jeep. It's a new weirdo every week. Get the whip, put it up for my seeds. No care for the IG, just no care. Anything for clout. They do anything for clout. Do anything for clout.
What's poppin' T Squad? It's me, Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with a new Spill the Tea video. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only, not to be taken seriously or literally, meaning my jokes and jones. So if that works for you, let's get into this video. So recently, Eboni K. Williams, who is a former Real Housewife of New York, sat down and did an interview with Iyanla Vanzant, and they were talking about dating. And Iyanla asked her this poignant question: would you date a bus driver? Ebony's response was, if he owned the bus. Let's take a listen to Iyanla's rebuttal.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well.
After that clip went viral, Ebony received a lot of backlash, specifically from black men and men in general, based off her response of no, unless he owned the bus. Well, after the clip went viral, this is what she came back to say to everyone that had an issue with what her response was.
So out of the 50,000 plus comments posted on social, I only saw a handful that even considered the possibility of a bus owner being a more aspirational position and recognizing that I am actually speaking and pouring into the ascension of black men when I said what I said. But see, no, some of y'all were too busy naming and shaming me personally and black women in general as undesirable, gold diggers, and much worse. Now, I suspect that some of y'all are the same men that were bringing home C's and D's on your report cards, only to then be coddled by parents that said, well, that's okay, as long as you're doing your best. Well, listen, I love and believe in the excellence of black men. So no, my dear, C's and D's or any other form of mediocrity is not okay. No, I will not create a soft place for you or anybody that I love to fall comfortably into the bigotry of low expectations. So I'm going to say one more time, nothing wrong with driving a bus. My mother Gloria drove one for years. But could it be that black America has been sold a narrative of average, regular, and typical being good enough for us? Well, see, that's called white supremacy. And in this case, it takes the form of conditioning black Americans to happily accept being a permanent American underclass. But see, because I know the truth about black folk in America, no, average is not and will never be good enough for me. And the gag is, I don't think it's good enough for you either.
For me, after hearing what both women had to say, I saw what both of them were getting at. I understood what Iyanla's point was, that, you know, you should date a man not based on what he does for a living, but how he treats you, what his heart is like, and all of that. I get that. I applaud that. I champion it. But I further agree with Ebony. Me as a black woman who is successful, who has dated the gamut of men who had money, who didn't have money, who was on the same, income level as myself. I am at a place in my life, much like Ebony, where I refuse to lower my standards, to say I got somebody, to hold the black man down, to date somebody based upon where I can see them going and not where they already are. I don't have time to be dating for potential anymore. I 100% agree with Ebony, whereas I feel like Black women specifically are taught and trained almost to feel like we got to work with our Black men. We got to work with them. We got to help them. We got to mold them. You know, we got to see the potential in them. You know what I'm saying? We got to encourage them, champion them, cheerlead them. And all that's cute and great when you're younger. But when you get to the age of where I'm at, or even at any age, honestly, I don't have the energy, the strength, the patience for that. I'm tired. We as Black women are tired because we do all of this loving and supporting and coddling and hugging and adoring and encouraging and respecting and giving loyalty and our time and our hearts and our tears and our sex, our homes, our money, our bodies, our soul. And it's not being reciprocated to us as Black women. We are the most disrespected species on the planet. Okay? We don't get the same from our Black men or men in general. We aren't lifted up and placed on a pedestal and treated like the queens that we are. We are constantly having to bend over and break our necks and back for the Black man or for men in general, and it's not reciprocated. And I looked up how much a bus driver makes where I live in Missouri. And a bus driver in Missouri makes between $13 and $22 per hour. Okay? My son makes between $13 and $22 an hour. On average, a bus driver's salary in Missouri is $17.31 per hour. That's the type of money my son makes, my 23-year-old, okay? I'm not dating anybody that makes between $17 and $22 an hour. That doesn't even cover my utility bills, okay? That doesn't even cover my rent. And it's not about being a gold digger or being money hungry or feeling like a man got to take care of me. No, it's about the fact that I no longer want to be in a relationship where I have to worry that if the chips fall and my career takes a dip, I can't lean on my partner to pick up the slack and take care of me. I don't want to have to worry that I can't cover my rent and bills and he can't either if I go down and we both suffering. No, I need to date a man that can hold the fort down without a sweat, okay? And dating a bus driver would not cover my lifestyle. And I don't want to be in a relationship where I have to worry about how we gonna make it. I don't want that. I want a strong man that can lead and take care of me without worry. And I'm sorry, most times, and I'm not saying with all men, but most time when women make more money than the man, that causes problems in the relationship. A lot of men, not all men, but a lot, cannot handle dating women who make more money than them. It makes them feel insufficient. It's embarrassing for them. I've done it. I've dated guys who made less money than me. There were occasions where we would go out and say, for instance, he didn't have the money and I would pay. And because he didn't want to be embarrassed, he would be like, you give me the cash or whatever before we get in there. So he could pay the bill to make it seem like he's the one that's paying. And I would go along with it because I didn't want him to be embarrassed. I refuse to ever do that for any man ever again in my life. I've worked too hard for the things that I have acquired, and God has blessed me with too much. And I want a man that can match my fly. that can match my work ethic. You know what I'm saying? That can match my drive, that can match my bank account at the end of the day, to be honest with you. So no, I get 100% where Ebony is coming from. I want a man that has aspirations beyond driving the bus. You see what I'm saying? I want a man that, like she said, wants to own the bus and all the other buses at the company. Okay. I want him to be the employer, not the employee. You see what I'm saying? So I really want for that conditioning of Black women having to, okay, I'm going to work with them and hell, it ain't nothing else out there. Might as well. No, I'd rather be over here by myself like I have been before I settle in life. And that's why my life is good because I refuse to settle. And I have been blessed beyond measures because of it. So I have no problems leaving this earth a single woman because at the end of the day, I got peace of mind and I got me and I got God got me. At the end of the day, that's my husband until or if that man comes. God is my husband, child. Because he is the end all and be all, and he got a bigger pocket than everybody. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I'm full off that love, honey. That is the best love I've ever received from any man, okay? So I 100% agree with Ebony, applaud her for her stance on everything. And I love the way she thinks, speaks, and holds herself to a certain standard. And I want more Black women to feel that way. And it's not about being, like I said, a gold digger or being uppity or bougie or whatever the case may be. It's about, this is what I want. And if you can't provide that, good luck on your journey. Point blank and the period. Because white girls are taught from the moment they're born to date up in most households. You know what I'm saying? To date up, to not settle, to be married off into another rich family. That's why they have generational wealth. We as Black people were not taught that. I'm teaching my son to have generational wealth, to be a provider, to be able to be a sufficient grown man that is able to hold his own and provide for himself and his family. And I want him to see that my mama didn't settle, so I don't want my woman to ever settle, okay? So y'all let me know down below in the comment section what y'all feel about this. I'm riding with you, Ebony, and a lot of women were too. I think it was just men with bruised egos that felt like she was talking about them, who got their feelings hurt, that had a problem with what she had to say. But let's talk about it down below in the comment section, you guys. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button, you guys. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.